Good night.
Before we start, would you like some water or something? Are you good?
No, I've been drinking water all day. It's fine. I'm good.
So thank you to be here.
No, thank you for having me.
What do you think about the French audience, and do you like to play at festivals like here?
It's so funny because people have been asking me since 1989, what do I think of the French audience? And you know, it's funny because I remember in '89 saying, wow, I think, you know, I don't know why there's a connection, but there is. And, you know, all these years later, almost 40 years now of Texas, I think that, you know, the French public understand Texas. They understand why we, you know, the reasons that we do it. It's about the music. It's not about anything else. It's not like to be famous or to, you know, be seen. It's just we want to make great music, and I think that the French people really appreciate and respect that, you know, stance. So I think it really works for us, and you know, that's for us. That's what the relationship is. There's just always been this kind of like love story.
Being famous is a consequence of your work.
Yeah.
Of your audience.
Yeah, it's a consequence of the job. You know, sometimes it's fantastic. Sometimes it's not so fantastic. But you know, I would say probably 90% of it is fantastic. It's you know, for me, I'm fine with it because I don't really court it. I think if, you know, I don't let it infringe into my life. I'm not scared to tell people to fuck off. You know, I don't have problems with, you know, being, you know, oh, I don't like that, but not saying anything. You know, I will say it to your face, like, no, I'm not happy with that. And, you know, just because I do this, don't think you can speak to me in a certain way or whatever. But then, you know, the 99% of it is wonderful. The people that I've met throughout our career and the opportunity to do something that was a dream when, you know, we were teenagers. To be able to do that for such a long time is very rare. You know, there's not many bands have the opportunity to have such a long career, and there's certainly not a lot of female fronted bands that get the opportunity to do it for such a long time. So for me, I just feel, you know, I probably respect it more now as an older woman than you know, in the beginning. It's so new and fresh. You're like, wow, you know, you're trying to take it all in. And as you get older, it's easier to slow everything down and be able to maybe understand, not understand the job, but understand how lucky you are, and also be able to slow it down so that you can enjoy it. You know, you can really enjoy it and savor it and take it all in, which is fantastic. You know, the moment you stand on a stage with an audience, you know, you walk on, the first moment you walk on, it's about us, the band. We walk on and we say, this is what it is. Then it's the audience. Then it's up to the audience. The audience are either going to go, okay, let's go, or they're like, you know. So it's an exchange between, it's a live concert is about the relationship between the audience and the band. It's not about, you know, it's not about just us. It's an exchange, and it's a moment that we create together, and that's really, really important. You know, you have to understand that when you stand on a stage. You have to understand that it's not about you. It's about the moment together, you know, and that's really important. That's what makes it a show. You know, I go and see bands, and I love music. I love music so much. I hope when people see Texas that they look at us on stage and go, Jesus, this band really love what they do. They really enjoy it. They enjoy the moment, you know.
So do you have any tricks to get an audience which is quiet to be more live?
You know, I mean, I tell you, honestly, there's so many things that you learn through the years, opening up for other acts. You know, we've opened up for years ago, we did lots of stuff with Bryan Adams, like early at the beginning, Texas, Robert Plant, opened up for Paul McCartney, and opened up for John Mellencamp on an American tour for years. You know, we've done all these, and these guys, you know, there's a reason that they're still doing it. You know, it's about orchestrating the audience. It's about having the guts to just say, you know, come with us. You know, it's about guiding them. You know, you have to, like, you know, you have to guide an audience. You have to, like, you know, you want to be, for me, the most important thing is, like, you know, I say to people when I go on stage, sometimes I say, you know, if you want to just hear a record, you know, if you just want music, go and listen to the record, because the record took years to make and it's perfect. You know, it sounds great. That's not what this is about. This is about a moment that, you know, I don't know what's going to happen. I know the songs we're going to play because I've got the set list in front of me, but what's going to happen, I don't know. You know, I have a rough idea of what, but not exactly. Sometimes audiences do things that you just don't expect, and you go with it, and sometimes it's overwhelming and it feels fantastic, and then sometimes, you know, you'll have an audience, sometimes it's tough. They're just like, and you got to dig deep. There's sometimes you feel like saying fuck off, you know. Sometimes you feel like going, you know, you're working, and then sometimes they're like, but then see that moment when you get them, it's like, you know, that feels really good, because, you know, those are the ones that are the tough ones, when you need to dig deep to, like, you're thinking, how do I get them? You're standing on the stage and you're looking, you know what you're playing, you're doing, you know, you're well rehearsed, you know the music, but your mind is going do. Okay, how do I change this round? How do I make the dynamics change on the stage? So yeah, you know, you learn. It's, you know, it's definitely something that you learn, and something that the more you do it, hopefully the better you get at it.
You created the group in 1985, so it's, I think, it's a proudness to be here still.
God, yeah. I mean, very proud to still be here. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because for me and for us, you know, we're not looking back all the time. It's when you do interviews and you start talking about back in the day. You know, for me, in my brain, sometimes I'm still at the beginning. But then my bones go, you know, you saw me on the couch, you know, it's like, it's, yeah.
Did you see these 40 years go by, or was it?
I mean, there's so much that has happened, and, you know, I met Johnny when it was the 1 week before my 18th birthday, and you know, we've all, as a band, we've been teenagers, them have been, you know, boyfriends, girlfriends, you know, husbands, wife, divorcees, mothers, fathers, you know, everything. And all our children are all grown up now and starting to, like, you know, do their own thing and make their path. And it's amazing, and we look at them, and, you know, it's funny, you see they come to concerts, some of them work with us. It's like, it's just unbelievable to watch them, you know, be with us and be proud of us as well, and us be proud of them. And yeah, it's funny. It seems like gone, but the reality is that it's been a long time.
The last time you came in Colmar was in 2014.
Okay.
Do you have any anecdotes about the time?
Honestly, I would be lying to you if I said, yeah, I do. But, you know, I remember exactly here. I remember the dressing rooms. I remember the gig. You know, I remember it was a great show. And that's why we agreed to do it again. And we were really well looked after. And it was a great audience. I hope I can say the same about today. Tonight, I should say. But, you know, it's a great place. I'll be honest. I mean, it's lucky we got here. We were supposed to be here yesterday, but we were... I spent the whole day in Heathrow Airport yesterday. I've had my dinner in Heathrow Airport, and then I went back home to my bed, and And it was quite funny because everyone was trying to split up today. Some of us had to come on the train, some of us were flown from different airports, and it was just making sure that all of us actually got here. So it was quite a lot of hassle because of all the stuff with the flights yesterday, and all the trains were full and flights were full, and some were taking off, some weren't taking off, and we were just going, oh shit, please, we've just got to get to this gig. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, is that it? If the, I
well,
mean,
is there one more?
yeah,
One
no, you
last?
can.
Okay.
No, I can have.
Okay.
I have some more questions.
Okay.
if you want.
Moshiba because it's an unusual assemblage to see you play tonight with Moshiba. Do you know them? Did you play already together?
We've done things. There's been festivals that we've been on the same bill before, years. I mean, because Moshiba have been around a long time as well. You know, for me, that's what a festival's supposed to be. You know, you don't go. There's a lot of festivals now that it's a festival and it's like a genre-based festival, which is bullshit. They shouldn't even put festival on it. A festival is supposed to be that you may go to something to see a band, but you come across a piece of music or musicians that you wouldn't normally go and see. And that's what's supposed to be so interesting. That's what a festival is supposed to be. A well put together festival is supposed to be, you know, the things that you couldn't imagine put together.
Tonight, meet on stage then, one after the other.
Oh yeah, but we'll not meet on stage, yeah.
You think you're happy? You're lucky to have a whole life making what you like, music?
Yeah, if I wasn't, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be sitting in front of you talking to you. I would be at home watching TV. You know, I love what I do. And
But
you
you
know,
think you're lucky to that you can make
yeah,
it?
I mean, a bit of luck comes into luck. Luck comes into everything, but honestly, we work really hard. You know, we honestly work really hard. You know, it's like we go on stage, and as far as I'm concerned, I want to put on the best show I possibly can. I'm more interested in the person that doesn't really like Texas, that's literally been dragged to the concert by their husband or their wife or the boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, and they're a bit like, yeah, Texas, whatever. That's the guy that I want to get. That's the guy that I want to leave. He might not go and buy a Texas record, but he might go, or she might say, wow, they're a really good band. That's what my aim is. You know, that's what I do it for.
You want to conquer a new audience still.
I want to conquer the world. I wanted to conquer the world in 1989 when we put our first record out, and I've not got bored of that. I still want to conquer the world. I want people to. I think I'm in the best band on the planet, you know, and you know, I don't. It's not. It sounds arrogant to say that, but I'm a bit like, my band are really, really good. We are a really good band. And I want people to think, yeah, they are a really good band. It's not about, I don't need you to love us, but I need you to be like, you know, I would like it to be like, but they're a great band. It's not it might not be, but they're a great band. And that's what basically is what, for me, is what I've always looked for since the very beginning.
2 years ago, you went to the Château d'Hérouville, where only big bands are accepted. How do you feel about this experience?
The
Château of Hérouville, where you went you made a movie for Arte.
Oh yeah, where the really old, the famous studio.
Yes.
Yeah. It was fantastic. You know, I mean, as I say, when you get to do these things and you get to be in places that you've seen in documentaries, you know, you go, I know that room. I remember, oh, I've seen this before. You've seen it, pictures, photographs of great bands that have made records there, that have been together there. And there's a history in these places. You know, we've been so lucky to record in some of the greatest studios in the world, whether it's Abbey Road or, you know, Rack, whatever, all these amazing studios all over the world. And you go into them and there's like there's something in the air. You know, and I guess, you know, you're kind of, as a musician and a songwriter, you have that romantic view as well. And it feels, it does make it quite special. And it is special to be invited to be in these places. It's very special.
You have also your picture now on the wall. Near David Bowie, Marvin Gaye.
Well, I don't know if it is, but I hope so.
Okay, Sean, we have to go to to shoot, so.
Yeah, you got to go and do Marchiba. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy Marchiba. See you later. Thank you.